Hello. Before I start this video, I just want to thank for the donation from Clint One. Thank you for your donation on my Cash App, and really appreciate it. You're my first donor. But as we proceed into this video, you know, when it comes to certain things, I can when women picking men, I can understand a woman saying that a dude don't have a job, I can't be with him. I can understand a woman who say that his hygiene wasn't up to par. I can understand a woman saying that he don't work, his hygiene up to par, uh, his his clothes was wrinkled, or maybe like he don't wash himself. I can understand a woman saying that. I can understand a woman who basically, if the guy's immature and he seemed like he wanted to play games all the time. I can understand. I can understand why a woman. I can think of that many reasons. Or he's not really thinking about the future. I can understand. I can understand that there are women that don't want to get played and that they don't be second fiddle if a guy is a cheater, he's a stalker, he's an abuser, it, or something like that. As a man, I can understand that. But I'm playing this video. But for a woman to dump her man because he don't have a car, he has an old car. This is from the Philly Advice Show, and I'm gonna make my comments after this.
So a lot of these modern women claim they don't have a man and they can't find one, etc. But I want you to hear this particular story here from one of our sisters. Let's review it.
You know what? I see why the fellas is mad at us. We used to do better. So I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and she tells me she's met the perfect guy, right? She's like, he's great, he's handsome, great job, all of that, right?
Seemed like a great resume.
Oh, nobody's perfect, of course, but standard-wise, preference-wise, he met everything. So then, later on, she tells me, and she's like, oh, I dubbed him, he's just not right for me. And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, everything was good. Like, you were saying, like, this could have been future hubby. Like you was damn near on the right track for everything. Like, he was just matching up. You know what this woman tells me? She says, his car is old.
What? His car is old. That's the reason why she didn't want to be with this man. Jesus Lord.
And I say, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, well, he's been in his career for 10 plus years. He should have a brand new car. He should have something from this year. Like, why don't you have a more expensive car?
Because maybe he don't want an expensive car. Maybe he happy with his paid off car.
Hello.
Some people are into classic cars too. Some
Hello.
people love classic cars.
Sis, sounds like he doesn't have a car payment. Sounds like he doesn't have an extra $700-800 that he has to spend a month, or how much ever a car payment is. It sounds like he's saving up money. What's the problem?
Right.
Does it work?
Right.
Does it have an auxiliary cord? Does it have heat and air conditioning?
Right.
That's all I really care about.
Exactly.
Do the windows go up and down?
Exactly.
Has it passed the inspection?
Exactly.
That's really all that counts. But you're worried about it being an old car? Really? You're going size him up because his car is old?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's that modern American woman fate because
Yes.
you know they. Yeah, they feel like they deserve to be riding around in a brand spanking new 2023 vehicle. They believe that they deserve, immense shopping sprees. They believe they deserve that. A man should just hand over a credit card and just let them just run wild.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
that comes from, I don't know. Especially in the black community, I don't know where that come from. Especially our history, where did that come from? I just don't understand where that come from whatsoever. You don't deserve crap. It's levels to this. It's levels to it. As you put in time with your man and with your wife and husband, he see what you're doing. He's going to make sure to give you all those things. But see, you can't come in the gate talking about I want it all. Hell no.
Just little shit like that that explains why these men are sick of us.
Yeah, they sick of you.
Because you could have a perfectly good guy with a good career. He takes care of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you could ask for, and it's just not enough.
It
But
is.
it's women like me
There it is.
that will love on y'all. I just want to let you know that. Okay? We are out here. Stop paying attention to the materialistic women.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can say to you, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I will agree with her on that. Because
Yes.
some of you men are attracted to materialistic women.
Yes.
I don't know why. You shouldn't be with a woman that's materialistic. You need to be attracted to women who are frugal.
Right.
Women that's not trying to spend a lot of money, but she still looks good.
Yes.
But she's not trying to spend a lot of money like that. She's happy in whatever vehicle that you met her in. She's just happy. Like, listen, as long as you can keep me in.
Exactly.
Small businesses.
Exactly. And I've seen women like that. I've met women like that in my past like that too.
That's why
You know,
Wells Fargo has donated roughly $420 million
I had a woman
to
did one,
diverse small business owners.
and again, she's attractive. She's attractive woman. She was a black woman. She was built nice and everything. And I had at the time I was working down there. I was doing transportation. I've been working for a couple of years, so down there doing off and on jobs, for job. But I had a steady employment and things. But so so when we met up at we went to the restaurant and I bought her like something at Chipotle's. And so, I didn't, force myself on her or be some kind of creepy dude in the creepy way. I was just like, okay, I built over time. We'll build up a friendship. Maybe it can go into a relationship. Because I know everything got to start at the beginning, right? So she tells. So at the time, one of these days, well, maybe I come over since we corresponded on the phone for a while. Maybe we can go someplace and spend some time together. You know what she told me? She always had some excuse to make. See, she is one of the kind of women that want to keep you just over the phone and let you hear all her problems. And I wasn't for that. Why she telling me about some other dude she taking out, and ask her why don't she go out with me? And then she really unrevealed herself. She said that she looking for a dude making $22 an hour. She said that, so she met this dude, had a nice car and everything. He took her out to a restaurant. She called me back about a week later, and told me what happened with that dude. He left her with. He went to the restaurant and left her with a bill. Left her there. She claimed she had to wash some dishes. I don't know if that ever came true, but I laughed my ass off. Since to see. Then she talked about one other dude she met. And her girlfriend over there. He made a move on her girlfriend. These 22-hour dudes. Yeah. and she was a black woman. I'm not saying that all black women are like this, but they do improvise on materialistic things. But so I'm gonna give you some more commentary after this. Get done with feels.
Whatever vehicle that you met her in, she just happy that listen, as long as you keep me in a vehicle that, like she said, is not breaking down every 5 minutes, it's dependable, the windows go up and down. Whatever car you put me in, I'm happy with it. That's the kind of woman that you need.
Exactly.
Not a woman saying I need a Mercedes Benz.
Exactly.
You don't need crap. You need whatever that man gives you.
Exactly.
Cause like my wife told me a long time ago, she said, "Listen, whatever car you decide to put me in, I'm happy with it. I don't have no demands on no cars that no, I have no demands. Whatever you say, I'm good with." My wife told me that. Whatever model, whatever brand, whatever, I will take. My wife not in all the time I've been with her never told me I want this car. Or you gotta give me this brand. Or you gotta buy me this. She's never said that. Not once. And it makes me want to give her more because she's never demanded anything. And that's what you women gotta understand. If you want men to give you more, don't demand nothing. Just be happy with what they give you as long as something dependable, like this sister's saying here.
Exactly.
And men, you need to do a better job as well at attracting women like this sister here.
That's true.
Because some of you are attracting these women, and you need to understand why are you attracting these women or attracted to those modern women. Because let's call it what it is. You complain about these modern women, but a lot of you are trying to holler at them.
Exactly.
Some of you get on this internet,
exactly,
in the comment sections talking about these women, but you'll be on the Instagram though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Saying how fine they are.
Mm-hmm.
You see the tattoos. You see the eagle talons that they have. You see it.
You blowing their head
up.
You
see all the piercings. You see all the weave.
Mm-hmm.
You see it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get involved with it, you complain it.
Exactly.
Instead of getting with women like this sister here,
exactly,
who obviously you don't see all the eagle talons, or of course, I at least had to see it on her hand. I seen her TikTok page. She doesn't present herself, like that at all, or whatever. Get with somebody like her. That's who you need to be attracted. If a woman has you got to take me into a certain restaurant. You got to take me here. You got to take me there. I know you don't have to take her anywhere.
Exactly.
Get with a woman that's just happy to be around you.
Because her status.
Get with a woman that just want to spend her time with you no matter where at.
Right.
She don't care if the car is a Chevy. She don't care if the car is a Ford. She don't care if it's a Nissan, a Honda. She don't care what it is. As long as you have her in something dependable, that's all she care about. Because at the end of the day, if you look at when it comes to cars, right? Financial experts tell you cars are the worst investment you can get. The worst. Because the moment you drive it off the lot, you lose value on those cars.
Yep. I've been told that too.
Now I'll say this: if you the type of person that lease your cars, you can have a brand new car every 2 years, every 3 years, whatever what you want to do. And the key to leasing is to have a very, very, very cheap, inexpensive car note. But you got a new car every 2 years. And I always tell people this: it really don't even matter what brand of car you buy if you got a new car every 2 years. It don't even matter.
Exactly.
Because usually these cars these days, no matter what brand they are, well, you get a little bit more miles out of Nissan, Toyota, and Honda than you would get out of Ford or Chevy. But even if you bought a Ford or Chevy, one of their better cars, and I'm not a big person about General Motors and Ford, I'm more so onto foreigns, but even if you ain't got one of them, right? If you got a lease, you're good. Because you'll trade that car in every 2 years or so, every 3 years. Or even if you want a Mercedes like that, right? On a lease, you can do that. But don't give no woman that demand you give her a Maserati.
Right.
That demand you give her a Mercedes or Audi. No, she don't deserve any of that. Because once again, fellas, cars are the worst investment. You do better investing into real estate. When I was in in Nairobi, they had some condos that me and my wife were looking at. I said, you know what? Ooh, this would be an awesome investment. That's the kind of stuff you can invest your money in. A condo, some EFTs that's paying monthly dividends. That's what you need to be doing with your money.
That's
Not throwing away in the
that's
car
what
at the moment
started.
you drive. Even a brand new car, 2023 car, you go get today, drive it off the lot, it loses value. You
Yep.
try to turn around and sell it tomorrow, you're not gonna get the same value
Nope.
as what it was worth. Now, at the same time, some things have changed here and there with the used car situation, which is very rare because they're offering a lot more money for used cars now than what they used to.
Yep.
Because boy, they didn't used to do what they're doing now. But with that being said, no. A woman that demands is not a woman that needs to be with at all. But let me know what y'all think.
He's absolutely right. And the reason why because this is the thing about it. Then you'll get some women to get offended, right? When they hear this video, they'll get all offended. Well, I don't need, but yet they looking for a man with that. It's because they want to maintain and show up to the women that they got to hire a man and looking for basically a sucker. That, they'll play that. They'll so-called submit so far, as long as he got the money. Some might play that, but at the same time, they figure they got you wrapped around the finger. All of a sudden, and then some women, and these are women that got the degrees and jobs. They want to be spoiled with more money. I've also kind of a woman like that. Another woman, she had 3 children in Pittsburgh. She had one of her children had a grand. These are women that are grandmas with this mentality. These are women that are grandmas with this mentality. So they just think that because at the time when I was telling her I was thinking going to trucking school, which I didn't get a chance to really finish out, but she started seeing dollar signs. I mean, because she already had. She was married, and her husband died. She had a pension coming in off a pension. She's getting child support from her second husband. She's set up pretty good. Plus she works and got a job, and so, and then on top of that, she played me for a fool because I get down there. I didn't know there was some dude down there. I didn't have no confrontation with the dude, but this dude ended up slicing my tires, man. And I didn't know what was going on until later on. I figured out that she was messing around with this dude and messing around with me. I'm coming down from Youngstown, Ohio, and she just had this high, and I'm driving down there. I have an older truck, and so she. Again, a high maintenance woman, and she was a fairly attractive woman. She was a dark skinned woman, but but again, this is what nice guys go through. This is what good men from all walks of life, probably with money, some who make good money, and some who just above, just below, or just above. So they don't tell you about that part. Cause let me tell you something. I'm gonna go on to the next video. But when a couple of years ago, I've been to an African church, I've been to a Latino church, and one thing I noticed, now some women are single because their husband's back in their homeland. Some women are single, or their husband don't because he don't feel like coming to church. But one thing, but the times when I was at the Latino church, just about every other woman, either their husband was at work or their husband was in church, and their husbands didn't really have. A lot of the men didn't have really 6-figure jobs. A lot of the men were in trade. A lot of the men was in labor. A lot of the men was in construction, and landscaping. But some had the most beautiful wives, but they stick by their man. Why is it that some of our women can't? This not all, but some of our women can't be like that in that department, and some didn't have Escalades and stuff like that. They just had average, they get it. They had a newer vehicle, but it wasn't. It was just a common brand vehicle. Why do we improvise on that? And that's this the reason. One of the reasons why the passport bros, and I know some of them probably encounter this. They probably been told, women have told them this. So before they got near the income, they were able to travel or had an opportunity to make income while they travel. Women dogged them out. Some women probably, I bet you, but they don't tell you that part. But they just assume it. And the same women are is mad because she'll give her body to some thug dude. All he know how to do is smoke weed, give her some good sex in the bedroom, and give her drama and argument, and they think that's the man. That's the truth, and that's the only thing he can do. And he just drive her up the wall because he put it on her really well. I'm not to be trying to be perverted, but this is the truth. And they base their whole relationship off of that. Where a woman overseas, a good portion of women don't base they self over that. That's the difference. I'll bet you that's one of the difference because I know my American women. I know how some of them are. I know how some of these women are, and they sit up there, and then when they get offended, they gonna put this finger in your face. I don't need you, but I can make my own money. Okay. Then the man said, okay, then you can pay for your own thing. Oh, why you gonna make me pay for my own thing? But you just told that you're so independent and strong, and you throwing up in his face. Don't or how you make more money than he do if he's at least he got a job. And this is some women do that. They put out power trade. That's another reason why. And it's like that's one of the reasons. And so they want to hate on. So the passport bros and like other brothers, men are saying, okay, you strong, you independent, you think you so smart. Figure this out. It takes the equation. Somebody's gonna have to be standing in agreement to make a two relationship. Is it just not three? Not a man get no person want to deal with opposite sex with the ego that one person got. No man gonna deal with that. No man don't care how educated you are. All they looking for is a good character. All men want this. And if you are educated, that comes along with it. But as long as you still stay feminine and kind of want to be talked to, and want instead of having some grump on your face, then you're not gonna get the best of the men. It's just the same thing if I was a man walking around bitter at woman. Then they say these women are this and these women are that. Oh, these women ain't no good, and I was so negative. How do I can say the same thing? I ain't gonna expect to meet some woman here or overseas because the vibe you give off. If negative, you belittle women, whatever. You're not gonna expect to meet a woman because she got to meet to my standards, whatever. I mean, it's common sense. You're not and a lot of women have a bad attitude. That I've heard this from every man. Just even saying hi, just even speaking to them. That some of our women is a mess. I'm telling you, some of people not, and it's like, and the more attractive they are, the more conceited they get. Cause they got dudes like, hey, how you doing? Hey, you looking good. Oh, here they go. He come with these stale ass lines. So they walk around with this mindset. So men, then next thing you know, you might say something. She might take it as sexual harassment or whatever. So men are backing up. So men are just saying, well, maybe if I go be nice and be for with the woman overseas, she will receive me more. Now the same women that she want to be picky because she want the bad dude, but she want the dude who's good that making good money. She thinks she can ride both ways because she can play this good dude who want to give her the world. She just, oh, he's just so, well, he's just so boring. He just don't elaborate me because it's like he don't really listen to me, or he don't put me in check. I mean, some of the craziest things I've heard her say this. But just in case you want to know, that's why some are that's why some women in our community don't have a man. There are some got good common sense. But watch this.
Phone charging slowly.
Watch this. What this woman
is the
says.
fastest phone charger on the market.
And it's just
There's a 90% chance
it's just that you can see that in other men, and not just black men, but other races of men looking at this like, damn.
And smartphone companies
And
are
they give
trying
off
their
that kind
hardest
of
to make it illegal.
like you.
Rather than
I'm strong.
spending
I don't take no shit and be
$1,200
cussing
on a
and
brand new
duck,
smartphone
acting and
every year,
be out
this
like a dude.
$37 device is the best
They don't
and
have no
most
feminine
cost-effective
qualities.
way to turn
Then
your
their
slow
mouth is
smartphone into a
like,
lightning
God,
fast
dog.
handheld supercomputer
But you trying to
that
meet a man
lasts a
with
lifetime.
prestige and
The
money?
gadget uses extremely
and have-
advanced
you
AI
know,
technology that overrides
no.
your smartphone's operating system.
Hey, this is Raul. Please act right.
What's
So
this?
here's a passport hater that decided she wanted to break it all the way down to the last denominator. Let's take a listen.
The cost of an adult passport as of 2022, I believe, is $130. But y'all won't pay for a dinner date at Applebee's for 2 for $20 because that's gold digging if she expects you to pay, and she should split that bill with you.
Yep, but that only pertains to the non-traditional women. You know, those I'm strong and independent ones that say that they don't need a man and they can do it all by themselves. For traditional women, we don't have a problem paying the whole bill.
Right.
Plus, the point that you're trying to make has no validity because some modern-day independent women will laugh at a man if he took her to Applebee's when it was a 2 for $20 meal.
Exactly.
But wait, there's more. But before we get into it, thick skin is for more than just protecting you against harmful words. It also helps keep you looking young. That's because aging can cause your skin to go from thick and supple to thin and less elastic. This decline is aggravated due to the 10% drop in our body's natural collagen production every decade after age 20. But it doesn't have to be this way. Help fight wrinkles and saggy skin with multi-collagen. Multi-collagen works by supporting skin texture, hydration, and skin elasticity. It's made with the top 5 critical research types of collagen that help your skin's natural ability to fight back against wrinkles and saggy skin. Tens of thousands of Americans have turned to it to help deliver nutrients back to their skin. Don't wait. Get a bag now by going to healthactright.com or simply clicking on the link in the description box below. Not only will you save 51% during the winter special, but you'll also receive several free bonuses to help you get started on a path to taking full control of your health for the new year. The best part is, you have 60 days to give it a try or your money back. Click on the link and you'll thank me later. Now let's continue with Miss Passport Hater.
Y'all will buy a plane ticket to go to another country to pay a woman or a femme-presenting person to have adult relations with you.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what any woman would do for peace and companionship, including women.
Exactly.
Don't get it twisted. We also go there for the sandy beaches, the beautiful weather, the exotic foods, and the experience of a different culture too. That you didn't even think about that, did you?
But won't go to therapy because that's a waste of money.
Oh, most of us don't have a problem going to therapy.
Yeah.
As long as the therapy is for both of us to work on ourselves so that we get along. But let me ask you this. If the counselor says that you're the one that's in the wrong, would you be cool with changing yourself? Or do you just want us to go to therapy because you're hoping that it'll get us to do what you want us to do, which generally only benefits you?
But you won't go on dates with women that are not exclusive and having adult relations with you and pay for things for them because you don't want to be used for your money.
And you would be correct. We do not want to go out on dates with women who we are not in exclusive relationships with and not having relations with, because too many women in the U.S. go out with men she doesn't even like. Just to get
Exactly.
some men. So, would you spend your money on a man that you're not exclusive with and not having relations with in today's society? Of course you would. So
Really?
why are you expecting us to?
You won't pay for a matchmaker or a lifestyle coach to help you work on finding a woman that would be a suitable partner for you.
Well, young lady, did you notice that the majority of relationship coaches are coaches for women? And that a few of those coaches who used to coach women, and they stopped because they said women are being too difficult. April Mason quit coaching women because she said they won't listen and they just want to argue. And before her, Rebecca Pope quit. And she pretty much said the same thing.
The end of last year and beginning of this year, I stopped matchmaking. And the reason I stopped matchmaking is because I literally was I can't handle female clients. I was a matchmaker that matched females. And I had a few male clients, but predominantly I was matching women. Because what I learned is that the average woman doesn't really want just a good man. She doesn't want a husband. What she's really wanting are these standards or ideas that she has of what a man is supposed to be.
Yes.
This is nothing what men are. This is not realistic.
Yes.
But you're not perfect.
Yes.
You got issues and unresolved issues, and you got a temper, and you're bossy, and you're controlling.
Yes.
And men don't even like to be
Oh my
around
God.
you long term. You run everybody away. You think you're
Yes.
so much the ish that
Yes.
you're bougie and vain and
Yes.
stuck up. And
Tell
men
it,
don't
sister.
like it. And you
Yes.
wonder why you can't keep a man. You wonder why nobody wants to be around you.
Exactly.
You won't pay for a matchmaker or a lifestyle coach to help you work on finding a woman that would be a suitable partner for you.
And yes, we are paying for a coach, an airline ticket with a coach seat that flies us to the country of our choice, where women are already what we're looking for in a mate.
Exactly.
You know, traditional, nurturing, and don't forget submissive.
But you will go to another country and pay a human trafficker or a PIMP to give you access to someone that's probably underage to exploit them in order to get yourselves off.
Absolutely not. That's some bullshit you and your passport hating sisters came up with. Last I checked, it's illegal, even in other countries, to have sex with a minor. In those
Exactly.
countries, they will enforce the law.
Exactly.
And they'll lock a man up if he does. Now, why in the hell would we do that when there's plenty of grown women out there to have relations and relationships with? If you man that
Exactly.
would take that chance on doing
Exactly.
it, you'd be a damn fool. Because you don't want to go to jail in a country like the United States. But you sure as hell don't want to go to jail in a foreign country.
Hell no.
In this entire video, right, you're proudly holding up your passports as a flex on American women, specifically black women that are no longer co-signing to patriarchal BS and the misogyny that is a lot of you black men in this country.
Nope. Men holding their passports up in the video have nothing to do with women like you. But let's see if we can try to make some sense of the point that she's trying to make about men being misogynists. Definition of misogyny: the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. Now, if passport bros are misogynists like you're saying they are, why would we fly to another country to get with women if we have a prejudice against women? Make it make sense. No, we just don't like women that don't care about what men want.
Right.
You know, the selfish ones, like you.
In order to show us that you have options.
If that's the way you want to look at it, okay. So since you're asking questions, here's my question to you. It's obvious men do have options to go to other countries to find the type of woman we're looking for. What options does today's modern woman have? But keep in mind, you have to keep the same standards that you keep with us.
Exactly.
He has to be 6 feet tall, he has to make 6 figures
Exactly.
or more, he has to be educated.
Exactly.
You know what? We can stop right there. So what
Exactly.
countries do you all have the option to go to find a man that fit those standards?
Exactly.
We all know that the men in other countries who have money like that
Exactly.
are not going to put up with the attitude of today's modern day woman. I mean, why
Hell
would he do
no.
that when he can just deal with the women in his own country? The same women that the passport bros are opting for. And the
Exactly.
men in those countries that don't make 6 figures don't fit your standard. So
Exactly.
what options do you have?
Exactly.
The answer is, you can either humble yourself and bring your standards down to reality and stop all this I don't need a man nonsense, or you can stay exactly the way you are, which we know you already will, and spend the rest of your life without a man. I know, you're cool with that. And so are we.
Much like when y'all ran to white women and said that they were the preferential women, much like how y'all ran to every other non-black woman and said that they were the preferential women.
Are black men going to white women because she was a preferential choice? Or did he just go to another woman because she was a better choice for him and she just happened to be white? Most black men I know, including myself, initially preferred a black woman. Unfortunately,
You may have found a couple of outlier black women pick me's that were in their feelings, but the vast majority of us did not give two collectives rubbed together.
And thank you so much for making our point. Black women, like you, don't care anything about what men want. So, Sister Soldier, would you continue to date someone that doesn't care about you or what you want? Of course not.
But tell me something, incel black men, you red pill popping, podcast watching, pathetic excuses for men.
I think you just answered your own question. Before you even asked the question, did you hear all the insults that you just hurled out?
See?
But tell me something, incel black men, you red pill popping, podcast watching, pathetic excuses for men. Tell me this. If y'all are so desirable, right? If y'all are what every woman wants, why y'all got to go so far and work so hard and spend so much money just to find a woman to lay down with you?
So, to answer your question on why we would fly all the way to another country just to get with a woman, to get away from disrespectful, can't be disagreeable without insults and name calling, don't give a damn about what men want, women like you. I don't see women like you getting passports, packing your bags, and leaving in droves to get away from us. So don't get it twisted. Men willing to fly to the other side of the earth to get away from women like you says more about women like you than it does about us. And in case I forgot, thank you so much for all the insults toward the end. Because all you did was prove the point of why men are leaving. Alright? Somebody didn't tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you, Raul. He's absolutely right. And they, like I said, they get so offended, and then they get so headstrong. They too headstrong. You can't communicate with them, and so it's like it's unrealistic. Then you got to battle for this and wrestle for that. But hey, it's not like every black man in America is gonna get a passport. You got some black men that's going to be here for various reasons, because no one they owe child support like some people suggested, or some can't afford to go. But the ones that are able to go, if I could go right now, I would go. I mean, for what? And it was the same thing, because this same female that kind of brushed me off, this black female, when I was living down in Cincinnati, who I was trying to get to know and everything, from as a friend to a potential relationship. She asked me one time, she said, have you ever dated a white woman? I said, yes, I did. Why? Why not? I mean, at the time, I was like, why not? You wasn't women like you ain't interested, so hey, I don't understand that with some women who don't like to see they men, but they're not attracted to the men, but they don't want to see you with another race of woman. That's when I don't understand that. I never could figure that out in my mind. Like, why do you care when obviously you don't find me appealing or find me attractive, and this white female does, or this whatever, Asian, Latino, whatever, find me does, because I can at least be more of myself, and I ain't got to be a thug boy, and I ain't got to be a bad boy, just to get some respect. Why do I don't have to do all that? I can be myself and be the man that God designed me to be, and I ain't got to put on flashy clothes and It's nothing wrong with having nice clothes, but had to put on this flashy stuff just because we gotta look good in front of other people. Why you gotta have something like that? And this is what they want. I'm not lying. This is the truth. Like on Phil saying it over a car. Over a car. I hope there's no women across the world listening to it. Women here, in the United States, some of them will only talk to if you don't have a new car. You got people who don't even have transportation because, number one, it's expensive right now. Number two, there's insurance. Number three, some people can't drive for could be medical reason, financial reason, whatever. Does that make them less of a man? I know a lot of people that don't have cars, men, and there are couples I know, and she didn't, leave him because he didn't have a car. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and that's the reason why. So when the men, like anybody else, get an opportunity to go, that man remember what the women told him. You wasn't adequate enough as a man. So what you supposed to do? Sit around in misery and wait till you pop up about 5, 10 kids, then you ready to ready to settle down when you down there mid 40s and 50s up to 60s? What? What to tell you something click in your head? And some women don't even when they get that old, they still stuck in that mindset. That's the truth. That's why they single. And they set in their ways. So when women get in their mid 40s and 50s and 60s, they're already set in their ways. If they didn't have it in them to know how to hold a relationship, and for some reason, I understand that there's some men, well, for whatever reason, if the guy gets sick or die, my heart goes out to them type of women that were married to their husband and he died, or something, or it was a woman that was in an abusive relationship. My heart goes out to him. It goes out to and he dogged her, and finally she had to get herself together in her head because he kind of pulled her down. My heart goes out to those women, but there's a certain type of women, they're just too alpha, they're too masculine, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they're masculine as hell. They are, and nobody don't, and that's why, and but when I get back to, I forgot to. So when I was going to the Latino church, I met this one guy, and I didn't even, at the time I didn't even know that he really. I know he speak English, but I know there's some people you just don't know because sometimes they can speak a little English, and some people you don't know they can speak it that well. But it sounded like he speak it up because he was able to communicate with me. So he told me, before he got with his wife, his now wife, who he had to go back to, I don't know, I think it was Honduras or Guatemala, one of them countries. He dated a black woman, and I don't know what happened, but it sure didn't work out. And this guy owns his own business. He got employees. This was a dude that, and then I think he owned a bar. I think now think more about it, but it's never good enough. There are black men, white men, Latino men, work warehouse jobs, work everyday jobs that are single, good men that are able to hold their own down, hold their own place, have some decent transportation. And are probably good men. They would probably make good fathers. But you know what's wrong with some American women? Some here, they won't appreciate them. They would pass them over because they're trying to find that $6 million athlete, some dude that a rapper or some business mogul, and they're not even checking your way. They're not even checking you because them dudes in that level, they know what you are. They probably watch YouTube. It could be guys out there watching who make good money is watching YouTube, looking at all these foolish ass women come talking crazy online. And some of the passport bros, for what I understand, some of them make 6 figures, 5 to 6 figures, along with the other men. And so, prior before they became 4 or 5 figures, I wonder where was these women at? Did they give them time, or was they trying to manipulate and use them? See, you need to hear the other side of why. Would they listen to them? If they would did that, maybe they would have held down a relationship over it. But obviously, some men got stressed out, and there are men that stressed out. Imagine telling you as a man, you got to submit under me, and this is what American women and Western women have been. It seems like they're trying to put over these kind of women that's fighting against this over on men. So men are just saying, I'm out. You might have to just go to another woman, go mess with a man with 5, 6 different women, or turn yourself into turn yourself into a man, because that's what it's going to come down to. Or better yet, go get you an animal, because that's going to be your companion for the rest of your life, along with a toy. And that's what's going on. Along with a personal, adult toy. Because that's where it's going to lead to. And it's because of what they say and what they choose to do. They're having men, good men, from all walks of life to come through. They didn't make the good money, but they had the character of a husband. They had the character, could be a good boyfriend, to be a potential fiance, and women that walked past them saying that he's not good enough. And some are immature. And it's not just women in their 20s or late teens or 20s. You got women in their 30s and 40s still acting like they're in their 20s. I mean, we all have when we was in our 20s, like I was in my 20s, I had a sense of immaturity. In part of my 30s, I did, but at some point, my eyes opened up in the end. But you got women here, they got to do some self-evaluation as far as your character. And some of these women, men have to take account for their character. Why can't some women take account for their character? And you see what the woman was saying, that she was trying to tell these women, but they didn't want to listen to her because they're too mean, they're too bossy. She's right. She's absolutely right. I've come across women like this. They want to get you this side story, but when you see and get to sit down and talk with this particular woman, and like I said, just sit in the room for somebody for between 15 minutes to an hour, and then tell you and have a conversation with them, and then you'll find out the actual what this person really like. So that's the reason why men. That's the reason why some people leave. Or there's some perfect men. Yeah, there's some men that are jerks. There's some men that are immature too. There's some men that don't take care of their responsibility. There's some men that don't take care of themselves in different ways. But they might be lacking one area. They got some men that are good in other areas. But the Western women don't have no patience for it. Some of these Western women, they don't have no patience, no tolerance. They have a certain perception of what a man is in their mind. If I'm making 6 figures, you a man making 4 figures, it's not good enough. Not that you're able to hold down a house, not that you're able to take care of yourself financially. Not that you have a pretty decent car. It may not be a new car, but it's a car. This is what we're dealing with in America. This is what we're dealing with some women in America. That's put pressure on men, on us men. See, men got the built that. So what's men supposed to do? So when some men think about this, if I'm not accepted and appreciated from women over here, then I need to jet over there. And then to keep not only just not for the women like he was saying, but for the scenery, and just to feel like when you come across, I was thinking about what one dude was saying, like when you come across a woman that's not on that mess, and you meet a woman in another part of the world that really appreciates you and don't care all that about that stuff that what we are women over in this country have told you. How would you feel like, damn? Could you imagine how some of the men felt when it's like, dude, you ain't gotta be like that over here. These women love you for who you are. I don't look a certain way, some men are out of shape, out of weight, and everything else. Women over here, they ain't gonna tolerate that. They don't have time to see what you as a character. And even there was even a story like the one brother that was he had a stroke. It's one black it's called the Campbell Channel. And you hear his story, I was kind of blown away. And she was saying, she didn't put him down. She said, and he was saying himself, he looked at, she loved him enough. And this is in the Philippines, that she seen this disabled black man, 6 feet tall. And she said he was looking kind of rough. but she loved enough to help him get cleaned up, and she loved him, and still, even though all she got her house, because everything, because she's a resident over in the Philippines, so they probably have to go through her, but he paid for it out of his own. But it was like, wow, man, it's like it kind of struck me like, damn, that, and even though he might get on her about some things, it might be kind of harsh because he's probably been played out, but she put up with it, and there would be women over saying, I don't see how you can deal with him. Why don't you just leave him? But she said, no, I love him. He can't, some things he can't do as a man, but she still love him. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like, God, dog. I said, man. And it's like, and she's a very attractive Filipino woman. I'm not saying that there's not women over here, but when you find a woman like that over here, they're here, but it's like they're rare. It's like they're rare here. Their mindset, ain't no woman gonna take you and love you, and you got half of your ain't function. Ain't too many women gonna do it. If some come into your life, they say you must be getting a good pension, a good paycheck. They come from some women got that eternal reason. He make what for how much he get for being partially paralyzed? 10 grand, and it start clicking, and then they'll play on your feelings and stuff, and then they be taking your bank card, your credit card, and there's some women that have done that, take advantage of something like that. But she's not the type of woman that did that. He treated her, but she earned it. And he was lucky to find a good character in a woman in the Philippines. A man with had a stroke, that can't move half his right side, and loved him enough. Loved him, still with him to this day. Some women would throw that up in your face. I gotta go over and take care of this little stinking nasty ass, and be saying something, and they do that, and they put your business and tell it and belittle it from you in front of other women and men. This is what we have here. But she didn't do that. But she had enough, and I was really impressed. Like, wow, man. It's like, and I'm not saying that, like I said again, it's not like there might be some women here like that, but to be fairly, that are attractive, but have a good inner attractive that make her attractive more. That she has a heart. You don't find too many women here that know how to love. They too busy loving on themselves. They can't even love. Some of them can't even barely love their own children. Let alone know really to love a man, because they sitting up here all bitter and stuff like that. And a lot of these bras is bitter at these men, and I bet you that's what it was. They ran those men away. If someone had men, they ran them away. And I'm not gonna talk about the weight, not having the hair. Let's look past all that with the hair weave and all that. Look at the personality. What about the character? They got a nasty attitude. Now you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, would you want to deal with something that? What man would want to do something like that? What race of man want to deal with something like that? None. No man. No man. And and mainly some of them, when it comes to some certain black women, they got a hatred towards us. It's like, damn, you hate us that much that you like, why don't you black men just die? It's almost like God, dog. The way they talk down on men. And some men, if they point something about weight, they said, I just can't do it weight, or maybe something about the hair. It may be saying, hey, because now I just saw something recently that when you put all them chemicals and stuff in your hair, it's not good for your scalp. And maybe some men are just saying that. And some men might say, well, maybe I just can't deal with that, because maybe if I get a relationship with you because you're overweight and something happened to you, and I love you, then you might pass away before. I mean, it can. I mean, I'm not saying something like that could happen, but maybe some men look at it that way. I'm just saying it may not be. Oh, you're fat. Da 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 da. It could be. Hey, maybe. I mean, it's the same way for us men. We gotta take care of our weight or whatever's ever going on. But that's what it comes down to. It's your character. That's what it's like through the whole time. That's what I was showing you. It's not that I'm putting that down, and it's that's it. But it's just the character. And then it's like when you see women that come from another country, they body husband, they speak a secondary language, whatever. Majority of those women are with their husbands, and they even when they get over to America, some get to America, they don't get to that attitude. They weren't like that in their own country, and some of them had jobs and stuff like that down there. Some of the men, because and it only makes a difference because the way the monetary system is and the financial system and the way it's structured is, and maybe it's not enough industry that's down there for people to have a business and be entrepreneur. Here you are in the greatest country and you don't appreciate nothing, and you have the good-hearted men, like they got good-hearted men in South America and other places, in the Philippines and other places. But it's sad that our women don't even appreciate that. They don't even appreciate that. And there's so many women in other parts of the world. Now, men get the same issue. Some men drink too much. Some men smoke too much. Some men cheat. They have the same issues. Some men abuse women. Some women hurt women or whatever. But they don't put down their men. I don't see Filipino women doing that. I don't see too many Latin countries doing that. I don't see that. I don't see them doing that. They ain't trying to hit them in their manhood, whatever. That's another reason why the passport bros are leaving, because they see something different in those women that they don't see with women here. It's and they said there's something that maybe we used to see that our grandfathers used to see in our grandmothers and our grandmothers and our grand aunts that you don't even see in women no more. Some of the women. That's why they was married for so long. Was it easy? Probably not. But they stuck it out and they loved each other. Now, it ain't like that with most of us. Some of us it is, but it ain't. Because you got to deal with someone's ego. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Didn't want to make it as long. Try not to make it so long. And so, yeah, that's the reason why the passport bros are leaving. I bet you that's one of the reasons why they're leaving. Has nothing to do with that. It's nothing about hating whether you're black or you're white, whatever. It's just that it's your character to the women out there who's complaining. It's your character. Change your character. Then you might have to man. Y'all take it easy till next time.